Hey guys, I'm Sinem Tunser, and today I'm going to show you how our DPP platform works. You must know all about digital products at the moment, so I'm not going to harass you with that, but I'm just going to show you how our platform is working. So you can read all about it on our website when you go to archivedpp.eu. And you just start with a free trial. We all want to test a software product if it's fitted to our systems and to our user experience. And this is very important because I also phase out when it's, for example, too complicated or if I don't understand it. Now, anyway, you go to the website and you click Start Free Today, allowing you actually to start with 5 DPPs for free. At the moment, I'm not going to create another account. I'm just going to log in to an existing one. So I logged in into this proof of concept that we built for this Rescued. It's a brand for skincare. And as you can see, they had one product at the moment. We made sure that they are verified. So it's 100% verified passports. We created two passports. One is an actual one is a mock one. I'm going to show it to you at the moment. And you can see an ingestion at the moment started in week 3, where the data was successful for a part. And then you see the total sum of the CO2 across these DPPs. And we can customize these analytics because as we know that the data is coming from sourcing, production, warehousing, distribution and transport, usage phase, end of life phase. So this is very much important because we have different types of managers in the different types of areas. And yeah, if you bring the CO2 down, it's better for the footprint, but it's also better for the cost. Now, anyway, you come into the dashboard and I'm going to show you when you create an account. So the economic operator is only allowed to create an account. Are you a distributor that is selling rescued skincare in European Union and you need to get a QR code, but you're buying it from actually rescued that is from a different country outside of Europe, then it is important that you are going to be maybe be potentially accountable as you decided to import it. But the end accountability always relies with the brand. So it's not going to be you if you're a distributor, for example, but you need to have it on your packaging in Europe. For example, if you said, I'm going to produce the packaging, I'm just going to take your formulation of the skincare, that already becomes something that somebody needs to pay for that QR code, but the data will rely with the brand. So keep that in mind. Economic operator. We do that to protect the data quality because one day the inspector is going to come and check it and they want to see this and they want to say, okay, the footprint is too high or it's not calculated as some data is missing. So this is something that you need to improve or else we are going to fine you by the next year. You can fill in some information. An economic operator can have one or many brands, so keep that in mind. Then we go to the profile. Obviously, this is like a mock name, Peachy Puk. It's very Dutch, very funny. You created an email, but from this email, you can start inviting your supply chain partners, etc., which I will show in a bit. Integration settings, it's mandatory to integrate with the API or else it's not going to be real-time CO2. The data is coming from your ERP systems. Shopify is an ERP system for the smaller businesses. We need product information data. We need supply chain data. You can actually go to Open Docs over here where you come to the API documentation. We collect batch data, we collect claim data, we collect LCA data, which we need sourcing information, documents that validates your organic claim that you have. We need information about the materials, which you need to know as an economic operator. And we need to know your locations in the supply chain. So if we have all that data, we can automatically create DPPs for you as the LCA is automatically calculated by them. And that is going to make your products audit ready when the inspector is going to come. Um, that said, so mandatory to connect. We have here clearly attribute specs where you need to connect with. Obviously, we don't tell everything what is happening in the system, or also competition is going to copy or logic, because we are the only company in the world offering an open API with clear attribute specs where computing is done by us. Do you also have data that are flat files or you want to upload by month? We also have a FTP setup. You need to connect with the development team to be able to do that because we need to implement the rules for it. If you don't deliver the data is not going to be up to date, and we are going to be seen by the government that we don't do our job right. So this is a really collaboration if we are going for the FTP approach too. So that's the API and the attribute specs mandatory to connect. It exists of two modules, like an LCA module and a DPP module, and we have different videos going into detail about how the API is working. Now, that said, we also have ingestion logs because if you give us data and we didn't got it complete and we have errors upon submission from you to us, then obviously we need to fix these things. So this is explained over here. Sorry. Then I go to user management at the moment. Sorry to show the emails because we implemented a little bit later. So let me open it. At the moment, for example, what you see is that you can invite three types of people: administrators, colleagues, and inspector. The inspector has few rights because the inspector wants to see how many products do these guys have and do all the batches multiplied. If you produce 3 times a year, if you have 50 products, that means 150 QR codes on a yearly base that needs to become traceable. The inspector is going to come, they're going to check if all of your products have the DPP. If you don't have it, it's number one, not compliant. The other topic is when it is compliant, they are going to start checking the LCA structure. Well, we got you over there because we are talking with the governments about compliancy, about the ISO norms of the LCA. So that's fully checked if you deliver your data properly, but he is going to inspect if the data quality is there, if the documents you deliver are legit, and if, yeah, what data is still missing and is automatically populated and calculated by us so that it is a complete LCA, for example, in some parts that you don't have the data. So we have an estimation, but he is going to say, okay, guys, next year I want to have that data too. So the inspector is coming to audit and he has only view rights into the account and in particular areas. Then you have colleagues and administrator. Administrator has full access, so they can do anything in the DPP area, in the account area. So keep in mind that this is sensitive information and you don't want to give everybody access. The third one, colleagues. So colleagues are your supply chain partners or your designer internally that needs to design the packaging. But you can invite people, you can give them access, you can manage it over here, and then it's yes or a no, and you can just share this copy and manage it like that. Okay, then we discussed it. You can sign in, sign out. So products. Once you integrate with the API, we get the product data. So you will see that this will start becoming populated automatically, and this will become automatically populated, and this will become automatically populated, meaning that we can create your DPPs at that moment, but you can still put some managers over here to manage the DPPs at some part, because yeah, there's also some commercial topics to be added to DPPs, maybe some brand info, stuff like that, where you want to have your brand managers over there that needs to share the QR codes. So when I clicked view, you come over here. When you see this incognito, you of course cannot download it as a user and you will not see the menu on the top. I mean, I can maybe also just show that. No, I don't want to show it at the moment. You can just test yourself. Yeah, so that is that explanation. When we look at the DPP, blue and yellow, these are the claims that you have shared and the URLs with the certificates and the documents belonging to that. If you don't have it, but you are saying that you're halal, you're not proving your statement. We need a lab document that proves the statements you're making about the product so the customer has a feeling they can trust your products. We are capable of adding pages here. Do you want to add, for example, all your DPPs or your retailers, sales points, visibility, more products where people need to click through? This is a brand decision, and for us, this is fully fine. This is a test product, so I didn't click the right one. So let's click this one to see the CO2. Here we see it. We see that this is a cradle to grave measurement decision by the brand. So it will go until the end. We see the badges, the IDs. We see the documents over here. We see that at this moment, this product is in transport and it's reaching the warehouse. This is a transport line, and these are the main areas where the product can be. We don't show everything to the customers because it can also be sensitive information. Yeah, along that story. So yeah, this is then a DPP and this is then a compliancy, but yeah, more information to be asked. So this is a little bit how our system is working. It's actually very easy. It's a single API integration. All technical people all know about it who are looking at it at the moment. To keep the central information in the system, uh, it is important that we don't want to any people to play with the product data. This is your accountability, your data quality. So we will just read it in with that API integration. And also, it's not our accountability to connect with the systems of the brands. That's only risk on data quality issues because imagine you have a field that is called description, and we think that this is the product description. And eventually, this was the material description. It means that we are creating risks in the data that we think we know it, but we don't know it. So it's really your accountability to map your data to our system. So we are 100% sure that the integration and the data in our bucket is correct and that we computed the CO2 properly. Thank you for this. For any question, you can always email us.